Cathie Wood ARK Invest just came out with a new price target for Tesla stock in 2025, but are they lying? That's what we're going to talk about in this video, whether ARK is being realistic with their price target or are they just kind of pumping the stock? Because some of the assumptions they're making are pretty outlandish, and more likely than not, they're wrong. And this video is very important, first of all, because most of us are invested in either Tesla or one of the ARK ETFs. And not only that, but like I always say, Tesla and ARK Invest, they're kind of the bellwethers of this market. Where they go, the rest of the market is going to follow. So regardless of if you're invested or not, you need to keep track of what they're doing. So first up, let's talk about this research that ARK posted about their new price target for Tesla. So last year they had a target for Tesla stock of 1,400, but now they've moved that up to 3,000, and they expect it to hit that price by 2025. And to arrive at this forecast, ARK says that they used an incredible Monte Carlo model with 34 inputs and 40,000 possible simulations. So you know it must be accurate, right? Maybe not, but that's what we'll talk about in a few minutes here. So basically they ran their model and they got bull and bear cases, the bull case being 4,000 and the bear case being 1,500, which given that Tesla is around 700 right now, 1,500 is still pretty good. But their expected value and kind of their median is $3,000. Now price targets and all that, those are fun, but really what's important is the model that the analyst is using. And actually even more important than the model are the assumptions in the model. So let's dive into what Cathie and her team are thinking here. So the first thing that they updated in their model that gave them the higher price target is Tesla's capital efficiency. Because obviously if their price target went up, then some of the data in the inputs must have changed, right? And that's what we're going over right now. The first one being capital efficiency. So previously they estimated that Tesla would spend 11 to 16,000 per incremental unit of capacity in 2024. But since that prediction, more data has come in. And in 2019, that CapEx expenditure was only 9,200. And in 2021, it's looking like over 10,000, just slightly over. So new data is coming in and they're updating their assumptions. Tesla also announced that they have new cell chemistry and a manufacturing process that would reduce investment costs by 75% over time. So with those new numbers coming in, along with Tesla's announcement, ARK lowered gross capital expenditure per car in their latest model. So you can see originally they were expecting 11 to 16,000, but now they lowered it a lot. So in the bear case, it's 8,000, and in the bull case, it's 6,000. And obviously it's always better for a company if you're spending less to produce each car. And what we're talking about here is not just the materials either, but it's all the research that goes into it as well. The next thing they did is change their insurance assumption. So Tesla actually started providing its own insurance for its cars, but currently it's only available in California. But ARK and Tesla expect it to be rolled out to other states over the next few years. And because Tesla owns the car and a bunch of data with that car, their insurance could actually be a lot cheaper than other providers. So ARK estimates that Tesla could achieve better than average margins on insurance thanks to the highly detailed driving data it collects from customer vehicles. And because its vehicles have better than average safety profiles, Tesla should be able to use real-time data to offer insurance in its vehicles, pricing it dynamically, lowering customer acquisition costs and increasing margins. So instead of Progressive's 13% margin, they should have a margin closer to 40%, which is a huge improvement. And if they were to sell 40% of vehicles with their own insurance by 2025, then their insurance revenue can approach $23 billion, and that's only in the bear case. So this goes into the model, their potential insurance business. Next, ARK starts talking about the human-driven ride-hail system. Basically, they're saying that Tesla can become the next Uber or Lyft. And ARK has said this before, that a Tesla human-driven ride-hail service would have a lower cost structure than that of incumbent companies. And it would also lay the foundation for a fully autonomous ride-hail network. So if they do this, the ride-hail could add an additional $20 billion to Tesla's operating profit by 2025. And it would also deliver a highly profitable recurring revenue stream and limit the downside of a failed autonomous service. So what are they saying with this autonomous part? Well, they're saying that Tesla can not only become the new Uber, but the whole thing can be autonomous, means it works by itself, no driver needed. So in their previous valuation, they assumed that Tesla had a 30% chance of delivering that, a fully autonomous driving fleet in the year end of 2024. Now they increased that probability to 50% by 2025 because of the upgrades in neural networks that have helped move things along faster and solve many of the complex problems that they previously had. Right now they're getting 30 to 40 million miles of data per day, up from 20 million last year. Tesla could generate an additional $160 billion in EBITDA by 2025. So these here are the big assumptions going into the model. And you can see at the bottom here, they're not even modeling Tesla's utility energy storage or solar business. They're also not even talking about Bitcoin here. They're just really focusing on these factors. So what's wrong with this then? Why did I say that Cathie and ARK Invest are possibly lying, or at least they're wrong? And this is me saying this as a Tesla bull myself. I have money invested in Tesla and I'm a big fan of Elon Musk. So why do I think this prediction is off? There's something stupid that all of Wall Street does. They rely heavily on their financial models. But here's the thing about financial models. Even when you have 34 inputs and 40,000 possible simulations, it doesn't matter because what really matters are the assumptions that you put into the model. And this is the tricky part about modeling that I always struggled with, and it's why I always thought modeling was pretty stupid, because the entire model is based off the initial assumption. And that initial assumption can be anything. Sure, you gotta defend your assumption, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. It's just a number that you plug in. So when we look at what ARK did here, they changed some of their assumptions, right? And like I said, assumptions make the model. So they changed from $11,000 to $16,000 in CapEx down to say $6,000 to $8,000. Now that's a pretty big change, right? But at least in this case, they saw some data from the last couple of years and said, hey, maybe this will indeed be lower, and they lowered it. So okay, it's still an assumption, but it is at least based off some past data and kind of a trend, right? Because eventually you will see a trend in CapEx or any other factor in a business. But then you could move to something like this fully autonomous ride-hailing system. They're saying that there's approximately a 50% chance that they have this by 2025. And this assumption and this prediction is absolutely ridiculous. First thing you got to ask is, where did they get this 50% chance from? What made it go from 30 to 50%? You can see they had a 30% chance before. So think about this logically. In the next 4 years, somehow Tesla is going to create a whole Uber as like a side business. And not only that, because they did put this human-driven ride-hail assumption in there, which is hard enough, right? Recreating Uber when you're a car manufacturer. Not saying Elon can't do it, but I will say, yeah, very tough, especially in 4 years. But on top of that, ARK is saying that all their vehicles will be autonomous, so no drivers. Electric robo-taxi straight out of Cyberpunk. And they're saying it's a 50% chance. And then they're assuming 60% of the vehicles in the fleet will be equipped with this autopilot and work as robo-taxis. It's such a crazy assumption that you have to challenge, because where are they even getting this from? My friends who are programmers working in the autonomous car industry, they said it's going to be 15 years before they have the fully autonomous car. Not only because the technology is tough, but also because of the regulation. Both those things got to come together for these cars to be self-driving like the way ARK is talking about. So my buddy said 15 years, but for some reason ARK thinks everything is going to be working by 2025. Now, is it possible that this happens? Yes, I mean, anything is possible, right? But a 50% chance of it happening? No way. And this brings me back to what I was saying about Wall Street and their models. It's all based off the assumption. So you could throw in a crazy assumption like ARK Invest and Cathie Wood just did. But again, when you throw an assumption in like that, it kind of invalidates the whole model. Because at this point, you could be saying any numbers. I think it's a 75% chance that Tesla has a robo-taxi fleet. Or maybe it's 35. I don't know. Let's adjust the model. It's stupid. And what happens a lot of times when they're doing all this modeling on Wall Street is that they develop false confidence in these models. They forget that the whole thing depends on the assumption in the first place. So that's why I was laughing at this, the Monte Carlo model with 34 inputs and 40,000 possible simulations. And we talked about this with valuations of stocks, because the stock market has been crazy over the last few years, right? Valuations are through the roof. And I always say, who cares about the valuation? What's Tesla's market cap right now? Almost like 700 billion? Okay, what's to stop it from being 1 trillion? Who cares? Because the numbers are so high, it could be 700, it could be 800, it could be 500, and what are we going to say? Oh, our assumptions are slightly different, the valuation should change. I mean, at that point, it's all air anyway. No one actually knows. So going back to this, the more inputs you have in the simulations and how good your model is, it all builds that false confidence. They did a study in horse betting, which is something we track as traders because it's so close to the markets. So they gave a bunch of different horse bettors different levels of input. So one guy had 5 inputs, and when inputs, I'm talking about like, say, the weight of the horse, how old the jockey is, things like that, their experience level, whatever. Other guys got 10 to 15 inputs. Again, more stats for their mental models of who's going to win the race. Now, who do you think did better? Who bet properly on more of the races? Well, the guy with the 5 inputs did better. But what's even more interesting is that they surveyed the confidence level of each of those bettors based off how many inputs they were getting. So the guy with 5 inputs was less confident than the guy with 15 inputs, because the guy with 15 inputs, he thought, I have more data, I have a better model that way, so I should be right more of the time. But the guy with only 5 inputs, he ended up right more of the time. So what does that tell you? It tells you the guy with more data was just overconfident, which is exactly what happens here when they got 34 inputs. So they got a complicated model, but you're really coming out with BS price targets. And I'm not saying ARK and Cathie Wood are stupid or something. They're obviously very smart, made billions of dollars, and it's great. I'm talking about Wall Street in general and their dependence on these models, which a lot of times are BS. The only thing that is really ridiculous here is this fully autonomous ride hail. Saying there's a 50% chance by 2025 is just ridiculous. It's extremely optimistic, overly optimistic. And that's when you start to question, well, why did ARK do that? This timing is a little interesting too, that they updated their price target. Because I mean, look at Tesla stock recently. It is struggling. And you can see right here it's basing to the side, and we're kind of waiting to see if it pops higher or lower when it breaks out. Now you see Tesla's chart right here, and compare it to the ARK ETF chart. They look very, very similar. And we all know how much Cathie Wood Wood has invested in Tesla and how much her fund is tied to it. So when she releases research like this, bumping up their price target to $3,000, when you're making assumptions based off a fully autonomous fleet of robo-taxis, it kind of makes you wonder whether they're just trying to pump the stock to help save their ETF. Because ARK has not seen action like this in a long time. And there are indeed many factors that are coming together right now that could easily crash the ARK funds and ruin Cathie Wood's. We explain exactly what's going on in this video. And we not only talk about why these ARK ETFs are close to crashing, but also what you should do about it to protect yourself. So make sure you click this video right here to find out what's going on. I'll see you there.